Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel.
Move to learn English.
How to improve your vocabulary in English. Instead, I will provide a detailed, extensive article that covers various accessible and effective strategies for vocabulary acquisition, equivalent in depth and content to what you would typically find on multiple pages. I'll focus on actionable tips that you can start implementing right away. Here's an outline of what the article will cover. Introduction. Why vocabulary is crucial and the common pitfalls in learning it. The immerse and absorb approach. Reading for pleasure, books, articles, blogs, news. Listening actively, podcasts, music, movies/TV shows. Utilizing authentic materials. Active learning strategies. Contextual learning. Inferring meaning from surrounding words. Spaced repetition systems. Flashcards. Apps like Anki/Quizlet. Word families and etymology. Understanding roots, prefixes, suffixes. Keeping a vocabulary notebook/journal. Thematic learning. Speaking and writing for reinforcement. Using new words in conversation. Journaling and creative writing. Finding a language exchange partner. Leveraging technology. Vocabulary building apps. Online dictionaries and thesauri. Interactive games and quizzes. Mindset and consistency. Setting realistic goals. Making it a daily habit. Embracing mistakes. Celebrating progress. Conclusion. The journey of continuous learning. This structure will allow for a thorough exploration of each topic, providing practical examples and tips to help you build your English vocabulary effectively and enjoyably. The simple path to English vocabulary mastery. Everyday strategies for lasting retention. Learning a new language is an exhilarating journey, and at its heart lies the formidable task of mastering vocabulary. For many, this aspect can feel overwhelming, a never-ending list of words to memorize. However, the secret to effective vocabulary acquisition isn't about rote learning or endless drills. It's about simplicity, consistency, and integrating new words naturally into your daily life. This article will unveil the most straightforward, yet powerful ways to expand your English lexicon, transforming the daunting into the doable. Beyond the dictionary, why simple strategies trump rote learning. Vocabulary is the bedrock of communication. Without a robust vocabulary, even the most grammatically perfect sentences can fall flat, limiting your ability to express nuanced ideas or understand others fully. Traditional methods often involve memorizing long lists of words and their definitions. While this has its place, it often leads to what's known as passive vocabulary. Words you recognize but don't actively use. The goal, therefore, is to cultivate active vocabulary. Words you can confidently recall and employ in both speaking and writing. The challenge with rote memorization is its inherent disconnect from real-world usage. Words learned in isolation are quickly forgotten. The most effective strategies, therefore, are those that mimic how we acquire vocabulary in our native language, through exposure, context, and repetition within meaningful situations. This is where simplicity becomes your greatest ally. Immerse and absorb the power of passive exposure and active engagement. One of the most natural and least effort-intensive ways to build vocabulary is through consistent exposure to English in its authentic forms. Think of a child learning their first language. They are constantly surrounded by it, absorbing words and phrases without conscious effort. You can replicate this environment even as an adult learner. 1. Reading for pleasure, your personal lexical playground. Reading is arguably the single most effective way to encounter new vocabulary in context. When you read, you not only see new words but also observe how they are used in sentences, surrounded by other words that provide clues to their meaning. Start with what you enjoy. Don't force yourself to read dense academic texts if you find them tedious. Begin with genres that genuinely interest you: fiction, novels, short stories, articles on hobbies, sports, current events, or even engaging blogs. The more you enjoy the material, the more likely you are to stick with it. Graded readers and simplified texts. If you're a beginner or intermediate learner, graded readers are an excellent starting point. These books are specifically designed for language learners, with controlled vocabulary and simplified sentence structures. As your confidence grows, gradually move to authentic materials. Don't stop for every word. A common mistake is to halt your reading every time you encounter an unfamiliar word. This can disrupt your flow and make reading feel like a chore. Instead, try to infer the meaning from the surrounding context. Circle or highlight words you want to look up later, but keep reading to maintain comprehension and enjoyment. Reread for deeper understanding. Reading a text multiple times can be incredibly beneficial. The first read focuses on general comprehension, while subsequent reads allow you to pay closer attention to specific vocabulary and sentence structures. 2. Listen actively. Tune in to English sounds and meanings. Just like reading, listening provides a rich source of contextualized vocabulary. The beauty of listening is its portability. You can do it while commuting, exercising, or doing household chores. Podcasts for every interest. There's a podcast for almost any topic imaginable. Find podcasts related to your hobbies, current affairs, or even podcasts specifically designed for English learners. Choose those with clear pronunciation and a pace that you can follow. Music with a purpose. Listen to English songs and try to understand the lyrics. Many websites provide lyrics, allowing you to read along and identify new words. Music is a fantastic way to internalize rhythm and natural phrasing alongside vocabulary. Movies and TV shows. Entertainment meets education. Start with subtitles in your native language if necessary, then switch to English subtitles. Eventually, challenge yourself to watch without any subtitles. Pay attention to how characters use slang, idioms, and everyday expressions. Rewatching favorite scenes can help solidify new vocabulary. Utilize authentic materials. Don't shy away from listening to native English speakers in real-life situations, such as news broadcasts, documentaries, or interviews. While challenging initially, this exposure will attune your ear to natural speech patterns and expose you to a wider range of vocabulary. Active learning strategies. Making new words stick. While immersion is crucial, active engagement with new vocabulary is equally vital for moving words from passive recognition to active usage. These strategies require a bit more deliberate effort but yield significant results. 1. Contextual learning, the power of clues. Instead of memorizing isolated words, focus on how words are used within sentences and paragraphs. This is called contextual learning. Infer meaning. When you encounter a new word, before rushing to a dictionary, try to guess its meaning based on the surrounding words, the overall topic, and the tone of the text. This process strengthens your analytical skills and helps you retain the word more effectively. Pay attention to collocations. English words don't exist in a vacuum. They often go together in predictable pairs or groups, e.g., heavy rain, make a decision, strong argument. Learning these collocations makes your English sound more natural and helps you use words correctly. 2. Spaced repetition systems, SRS smart memorization. SRS are highly effective for long-term retention. They are based on the principle that you should review information at increasing intervals, right before you're about to forget it. Flashcards, digital or physical on one side, write the new English word or phrase. On the other, write its definition, a synonym, an antonym, and crucially, a sentence demonstrating its usage. Physical flashcards are great for tactile learners. Vocabulary apps, Anki, Quizlet. Memorize these apps are built on SRS principles. They track your learning progress and present words for review precisely when you need to see them, optimizing your memorization efforts. Many also offer pre-made decks and interactive exercises. 3. Word families and etymology. Unlocking networks of words. Understanding word parts can dramatically expand your vocabulary. Many English words share common roots, prefixes, and suffixes. Roots. A root is the basic part of a word that carries its primary meaning, e.g., bene, from Latin means good, found in benefit, benevolent, beneficial. Prefixes. Added to the beginning of a word to change its meaning, e.g., undash means not, as in unhappy, undo. Suffixes, added to the end of a word to change its grammatical function or meaning, e.g., tie-in makes a verb into a noun, as in act to action. Learn common patterns. By learning a few key roots, prefixes, and suffixes, you can often deduce the meaning of many unfamiliar words, even if you've never seen them before. 4. The Vocabulary Notebook/Journal, your personalized dictionary. Keeping a dedicated notebook or digital document for new vocabulary is a timeless and highly effective strategy. Beyond the definition, don't just write the word and its translation. Include the context, the sentence or phrase where you encountered the word. Part of speech. Is it a noun, verb, adjective, or adverb? Synonyms and antonyms. Words with similar and opposite meanings. Collocations. Other words that commonly go with it. Your own sentence. Create a new sentence using the word in a way that is relevant to you. This active application strengthens memory. Review regularly. Your notebook isn't just for collecting words. It's for reviewing them. Dedicate a few minutes each day to revisit previous entries. 5. Thematic learning. Grouping for greater retention. Instead of learning words randomly, group them by theme or topic. This creates mental associations that aid recall. Examples. If you're learning about travel, you might list words like destination, itinerary, luggage, passport, accommodation, customs, boarding pass, etc. Mind maps. Create visual mind maps where the central theme branches out into related vocabulary. This visual representation can be very powerful for memory. Speak and write. Activating your new vocabulary. The ultimate test of vocabulary mastery is the ability to use words effectively in both spoken and written communication. This active application is crucial for moving words from your passive understanding to your active usage. 1. Use new words in conversation. Embrace the awkwardness. It might feel a little awkward at first, but consciously trying to incorporate new words into your conversations is a powerful way to solidify them. Start small. Don't try to use every new word you learn in one go. Pick 1 or 2 words you want to practice and look for opportunities to weave them into your discussions. Practice with supportive partners. If you have a language exchange partner or a patient friend, let them know you're trying to expand your vocabulary and ask them to gently correct you if you misuse a word. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are an integral part of the learning process. Each time you use a word incorrectly, you get valuable feedback that helps you refine your understanding and usage. 2. Journaling and creative writing. Penning your way to proficiency. Writing provides a low-pressure environment to experiment with new vocabulary. You have time to think, choose your words carefully, and revise. Daily journaling. Write about your day, your thoughts, your plans. Make a conscious effort to include new words you've learned. Short stories or descriptions. Challenge yourself to write a short story or describe a scene using a specific set of new vocabulary words. Online forums or social media. Participate in English-speaking online communities, comment on articles, or write short posts. This offers a practical application of your vocabulary in a real-world setting. 3. Find a language exchange partner. Real-time practice. Connecting with native English speakers or other English learners provides invaluable opportunities for practice. Online platforms. Websites and apps like Tandem, HelloTalk, or Conversation Exchange connect you with language partners worldwide. Local meetups. Look for English conversation groups in your area. These often provide a relaxed and supportive environment for practicing. Focus on topics you're interested in. Discussing subjects you're passionate about will naturally lead to the use of relevant vocabulary. Leveraging technology. Your digital learning toolkit. The digital age offers an unprecedented array of tools to support your vocabulary journey, many of which are free or inexpensive. Vocabulary building apps. Beyond SRS apps, many other apps offer interactive games, quizzes, and themed word lists, e.g., vocabulary.com, WordUp, Duolingo, online dictionaries, and thesauri. These are indispensable. Contextual examples. Look for dictionaries that provide multiple example sentences to show how a word is used in different contexts, e.g., Cambridge Dictionary, Merriam-Webster. Pronunciation guides. Listen to the audio pronunciation to ensure you're saying the word correctly. Thesaurus.com/wordhippo. Use Thesauri to find synonyms and antonyms, expanding your range of expression. Interactive games and quizzes. Many websites offer fun ways to test and reinforce your vocabulary, e.g., Free Rice, British Council Learn English games. These gamified approaches can make learning enjoyable and less like a chore. Mindset and consistency. The keys to long-term success. Learning vocabulary is a marathon, not a sprint. Your attitude and commitment play a crucial role in your long-term success. Set realistic goals. Don't aim to learn 100 words a day. Instead, commit to a manageable number, perhaps 5 to 10 new words, and focus on truly integrating them into your active vocabulary. Small, consistent efforts yield far greater results than sporadic, intense bursts. Make it a daily habit. Consistency is paramount. Even 15 to 20 minutes of dedicated vocabulary practice each day is more effective than an hour once a week. Integrate it into your routine, during your commute, before bed, or with your morning coffee. Embrace mistakes as learning opportunities. You will mispronounce words, misuse them, and forget them. This is normal and expected. View each mistake as a stepping stone to deeper understanding and better usage. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. Acknowledge your achievements. When you successfully use a new word in conversation or understand a complex word in a text, take a moment to appreciate your progress. This positive reinforcement fuels motivation. Stay curious. Cultivate a genuine interest in words and language. The more curious you are, the more naturally you'll seek out new vocabulary and revel in its discovery. Conclusion. The continuous journey of words. Mastering English vocabulary doesn't require complex strategies or expensive resources. It demands simplicity, consistency, and a willingness to integrate learning into the fabric of your everyday life. By immersing yourself in authentic English materials, actively engaging with new words through contextual learning and spaced repetition, and consistently practicing through speaking and writing, you can transform the daunting task of vocabulary acquisition into an enjoyable and deeply rewarding journey. Remember, every new word you learn is a key that unlocks a new door in communication, understanding, and self-expression. Embrace the simple path, stay curious, and watch as your English vocabulary flourishes, empowering you to connect with the world in richer and more profound ways. The journey of 1,000 words begins with a single step, and with these simple strategies, that step can be taken with confidence and joy. Thank you for watching this video.